Welcome back here to the What's Cooking program, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Where are we headed, Paul?
Where are we headed? Hopefully,
to your borscht recipe?
Yeah, hopefully to something less argumentative than what we were discussing over an ill-conceived borscht recipe.
Well, we weren't arguing, but apparently Mel and Oksana apparently had some kind of a
That's the tape you didn't.
food allergy that the borscht stirred up in Mr. Gibson.
Yeah, that was the tape that you didn't hear.
Yeah, now do we have, on the show today, we have Christopher Ryan, the author of Sex at Dawn. That might help Mel and Oksana. We also have Jacqueline Smith scheduled on the show today, and Susan Edmondson, the author, still to come on the show?
All still to come, so we're looking forward to all this good stuff. Boy, coming up, kind of the second half of the Let's Cook Today show kind of loaded up, as well as kind of compared to the first half, kind of a more free form.
Yeah, exactly. Now, also, so this is Mel Gibson stuff. What is the website again if we want to go check that out?
It's radaronline.com. Oh, by the way, Mike, there was something in the way of food news to kind of keep a lookout for. That kind of came from the Center for, I believe, Disease Control, the CDC.
Oh, what's that all about?
This is rather important. No kidding aside, you got to be on the lookout for guacamole and salsa. I know a lot of our favorite restaurants happen to be kind of some of those Spanish and Mexican influenced establishments, and I guess especially during maybe some of the summer months where there might be kind of a tendency to kind of leave things unrefrigerated, salsa and guacamole have been particularly problematic.
So this is just a general warning you're giving? There's not a recall or anything?
No, it's not a recall, just a general kind of a consumer advisory. The guacamole, of course, being left out sometimes could be of an issue, and the salsa. Listen to this, and this is a little even actually more disturbing. It's bad enough that, of course, if you leave something out, you can get into trouble. But with the salsa, they're actually attributing some of the issues to the actual produce itself being contaminated.
You're talking about the chopped up peppers and everything that are in there?
The peppers, the onions, the tomatoes, and all that good stuff.
So is there a recall? It's still not a recall.
Not a recall.
But you're saying if you leave it out, this could cause a problem.
Just to kind of a little bit, I guess.
Have you been to one of my parties? I'm just kidding. So what I have a problem with sometimes is, let's say you have some guacamole.
Yeah.
And I've been buying this prepackaged guacamole that, it has a date. You got to use it by a certain date or whatever. Once you open the container, you should probably eat it all at one sitting, because if you try to save it, like any guacamole, whether you make it homemade yourself, it turns gets that brownish look to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, some people actually try to squeeze like a little fresh lemon juice on the avocado to try to, I guess, curtail some of the aging, the browning.
Yeah. How do you curtail that? You have to vacuum seal it, I guess, is the way to do it, right?
Yeah, I really don't know. There's nothing, I can be perfectly honest, there's nothing more unappealing than guacamole than after it's turned.
Exactly.
I can't describe what it looks like.
It does get gets brownish. Now, you can scrape that off sometimes, and then it's perfectly nice underneath that. But I'm just wondering if you should do that or not. I don't think you should. I think you should just use the guacamole. It's kind of like salads the same way, because that makes sense. You have a salad, you chop up the salad, you serve it. It's going to be something outside or whatever. Key factor is don't put the dressing on it unless you want it right away, because once you get the dressing on there, it tends to wilt it down somewhat, and then some people will save the salad after it has been already have the dressing on it, and that's no good.
No,
you do 24 hours and it's all wilted and crummy. If you save the salad with it still, without the dressing on it, it still somewhat stays fresh for at least a day later. Then you can re-put the dressing on it. You put your dressing on and you've already got it chopped, because you can buy some lettuce and already in those chopped packages. So a key little Mike Horn key factor here, key tip, is to not put the dressing on until you're ready to actually eat it or toss it right there table side.
That's a good point. Coincidentally, I actually picked up a family-size salad at a local restaurant just the other day and took it to go, thinking I would have it over a period of a few days. So I actually request that they don't include,
So you're aware of that?
Yeah, I told them not even to bother to include the dressing for fear that they might actually put the dressing on the salad itself.
Yeah, you didn't even ask for it on the side.
I didn't even want it on the side. I said, I'll take care of that at home.
Okay, good. So that's a key factor, and I think maybe that got Oksana and Mel Gibson upset, possibly. Maybe there was too bad, wrong. Maybe she used Russian dressing on the salad. Maybe Mel is not a big fan of Russian food. the borscht, the salad dressing, and all that?
Well, perhaps if our next guest was around to help...
Jacqueline Smith, is she coming up?
No, Jacqueline Smith hopefully coming up, but our next guest, Christopher Ryan, author of Sex at Dawn. The most important book about sexuality.
Also, Jacqueline Smith is due up next, and then Susan Edmondson, author of A Cow in the Parking Lot, a Zen approach to overcoming anger, which prompted this whole discussion about Mel Gibson and Oksana. So we'll see how this goes.
You know, ever since you and I worked with the late great Dr. Dr. Christie, Dr. Norton Christie?
Yes.
I've had a big time appreciation of books on sexuality. Kind of turned me on to that, no pun intended.
We'll find out more straight ahead on CRN Digital Talk Radio, the What's Cooking Show. Michael Horn and Paul Stern.